Steve Winter here from GetRubix.com, and nothing educational really today. I've been getting a lot of questions about the current studio setup. I guess I was wearing some Apple headphones in a recent video, and someone asked if I got some new gear, and that led to answering other questions. And I figured, you know what, let me do my best to show you what the studio looks like nowadays, because I always tinker with stuff, mainly because I'm crazy, but also because it's fun to do. But yeah, let's just take a look at what I'm using. All right, so I'll see if I can get this part going. On my left, when I walk in, I have my books that I don't read, my Dark Moon Greatsword from Elden Ring, some fun toys and things. This is all my test machines, a lot of computers and surfaces, and sometimes you find a ThinkPad laying in a cable bin. Got a pretty cool Batman collection. Behind me, that's the actual wall that everybody seems to like. Towelie's down there. And then when we turn, we have my station here. So yeah, the setup's been kind of the same for the past few weeks. I figure I'll take you through it. Everything we're working off of this fairly new. I got this the day I came back from Ignite, hence all the stickers. It is a MacBook Pro 4 Max or whatever it is. It's completely beefed out. It's like 64 gigs of RAM, a couple terabytes of storage, the top CPU and GPU, and it's all plugged in to this Vonky dock, which is kind of the best Thunderbolt dock because it uses both connectors, and there it is sitting back there. I do not believe in cable management, if you can't tell. And then the Dells, the monitors, they're all ultra sharp. I experimented with the ultra wides in the past, and I've gone back and forth. I think the biggest problem is screen sharing. But with some of the projects I'm working on now, it's almost necessary to have that wide space. So I put it back, right? It's a 34-inch, I guess. Plenty of room for all kinds of stuff. But having that, I did prop up an older Dell that is a 1080p display. Smaller one. I think this is a 21-inch, something like that. And it's just for screen sharing. When you screen share, it's very hard for people to see the ultra wide. And yeah, you could share a window, but you know what? It's almost like it's common decency just to share the 1080. And with the ultra wide, I really don't need the extra space, but I'm so used to having a reference monitor with like schedules or emails or just something I'm really not looking at. So this is another ultra sharp. I think it's a 24-inch. It's just 1080. It's not doing anything, special. It doesn't have to. It's just to glance at stuff. And of course, there's this gap. It says, oh, why do you have a gap in your monitors? Well, otherwise you would see it. That's the YouTube camera. So it's fine. It's not it doesn't have to look all. I'm not into those clean setups, right? This is more functional. And those are my lights. Might as well run down everything. The camera, if you are curious, it's a Sony Z something. It says Zeiss on it. You camera people probably know. If you can't figure it out by now, I'm not a camera guy. I have no idea what that is. I used to be in audio, so I do know the mic we use is the Shure. It's the SM7B. That is the podcast mic, the Twitch streamer mics. That's the good one. So that is connected to that guy in the back. The Elgato XLR thing next to the Stream Deck, of course. Bunch of USB things. I've had this a long time. This is a Nest. I think it's a Google Nest. It's a small one. It's really just a clock that tells the weather. The keyboard and mouse I use are this is the Apple keyboard to match the MacBook. What's nice is it's got the fingerprint thing right on there. So even though the Mac is closed, I don't remember where I got this wood stand, but it fits and holds it pretty good. Yeah, so even though it's closed, I could still do the biometrics. And this mouse is a Logitech something. It's one of the nicer ones. It's a few years old. I think it's a Master or an MX Master, something like that. And my PC is down here. You're going to see some mess, but that's my tower that I use for everything. It was originally supposed to be a gaming PC, but I ended up beefing it up with, it's got 128 gigs. It basically runs virtual machines and Hyper-V and stuff. And then this is just a bunch of random crap. What do we got back here? We have some more Hyper-V machines. Someone once said, they said, what are you doing? Are you like LARPing? Because those computers get used? Not really, right? If I need to take a look at how these are doing. One of these big monitors is connected to the HP you see here. That was an old gaming computer that I turned into another Hyper-V server. These 3 GMKs, these little mini boxes are, I use this for, they run my Active Directory. They're little Intel NUC PCs. And obviously on 2 of them. Yeah, I mean, I am kind of covering this, I guess. I shouldn't, but whatever. I don't really run it too hard. That's me, right? Little Pop Me and the MVP award. We have a PS5 when I used to have time to play that. And just some extra crap right here. I mean, it's nothing like, there's, it's gross. It's a bunch of crap. And then all my good stuff back there. Yeah, so this is what I'm, oh, and then the chair. Chair is probably the best thing I have. It's the Herman Miller Logitech collaboration. It was worth every penny. I waited so long since we went home from work from home to invest in a good chair. I probably bought like 6 bad chairs in the time I could have bought this thing, but I was being stubborn about spending the money. But I will tell you it's worth it, especially if you sit all the time and you value your back. And yeah, I think I got distracted, but yeah, the lights are just the Elgato, I think they're called key lights. This one seems to work better on video in this odd position, right? When I added the center one, it just works better up and down like that as opposed to the other ones. So, nobody sees it but me. Doesn't matter. Oh, and the camera I use to do like web calls or Teams things when I talk to people. That is a Logitech Brio. Really good camera. I've had it since we went remote. And of course, if you, what's nice about that one is when you connect it to a PC, it can do Windows Hello. So it's a nice little touch there. Well, that's that, right? It doesn't look as glamorous without the fancy camera. But I guess I could have had someone with a better camera come down here and, follow me around. But you know what? It's more grassroots this way, right? That's really what I see on my phone camera. And we'll get into some conversations eventually about why certain hardware, and definitely the PC Mac thing I think is interesting, even though it matters, I'll say, less than it ever did before, just because of the compatibility of everything and the fact that things are in the cloud. But it'd be cool to get into. Yeah, let me know if you have any more questions after this, and we'll be seeing you.